Could the slaves of America be descendants of the lost tribes of Israel? A fascinating question that has intrigued historians and scholars alike. Today, we'll journey through a complex tapestry of history, culture, and genetics, exploring the potential connection between these two seemingly disparate groups. Our journey will take us from the heart-wrenching era of the American slave trade to the enigmatic tale of Israel's lost tribes. We'll examine historical parallels, cultural echoes, and genetic threads that might link these narratives. We'll also hear from community voices, scholars, and historians who offer their insights on this compelling question. So, are you ready to embark on this historical journey? Let's dive into the past. Let's take a moment to visualize the chains of slavery. They were not just physical, but also psychological. Envision the dank, cramped holds of the slave ships, the stench of fear, and the despair that permeated the air. Chained together, hundreds of enslaved individuals were packed like cargo, their humanity disregarded. The brutality did not end with the voyage. Once on American soil, they were subjected to harsh toil, whippings, and a life of servitude. The psychological trauma inflicted on these individuals was profound. Stripped of their identities, their languages, and their cultures, they were forced to navigate a new world, where their worth was determined by the work they could perform. These chains were not easily broken, and the echoes of this brutal past are still felt today. Now, with a better understanding of the living conditions of the enslaved, let's delve deeper into the historical context surrounding their lives. Imagine the journey across the Atlantic, a nightmare that many did not survive. The slave ships themselves were floating prisons, designed to hold as many enslaved individuals as possible. They were packed so tightly that there was barely room to breathe. The conditions were horrific, with poor sanitation, insufficient food and water, and rampant disease. The mortality rate was high, with countless individuals succumbing to illness, despair, or the harsh discipline of their captors. The enslaved were not seen as people, but as commodities, their worth measured in terms of their ability to survive the voyage and be sold at the other end. The slave ships were a testament to the inhumanity of the slave trade, a brutal reminder of the lengths to which greed and prejudice could go. This grim journey across the Atlantic marked the beginning of a new and terrifying life for the enslaved. The cotton fields of the American South were a place of hard labor and harsh punishment. As the enslaved disembarked the slave ships, they were thrust into a new world of relentless toil. The back-breaking work of picking cotton under the sweltering sun was grueling. Each individual was expected to pick hundreds of pounds of cotton a day, their fingers bloody and raw from the sharp cotton bolls. Failure to meet these quotas resulted in brutal punishments, a grim reminder of their status as property rather than people. Yet amidst this suffering, the enslaved showed incredible resilience and strength. They found ways to endure, to keep hope alive, and to resist their oppressors in small and large ways. The cotton fields were not just places of labor, they were battlegrounds where the human spirit was tested and found unyielding. The cotton fields were a symbol of the harsh reality of slavery, a testament to the enduring spirit of those who toiled there, and a painful scar on the landscape of American history. To understand this connection, we must first take a step back into the dark ages of American history. Picture a time when the African continent was plundered for its human resources, where millions of people were forcibly moved across the Atlantic in the most inhumane conditions. These were the days of the transatlantic slave trade, a grim period that saw the African diaspora scattered across the Americas. The enslaved individuals, torn from their homelands, were subjected to unimaginable hardships, their lives forever altered. This horrific journey and its aftermath left a lasting imprint on their descendants, shaping their identities and experiences in profound ways. With this background, we can now delve into the mystery of the lost tribes of Israel. Who were the lost tribes of Israel, and where did they go? A question that has intrigued scholars for centuries. The lost tribes of Israel refer to the 10 tribes from the ancient kingdom of Israel, who were said to have been deported and lost to history following the Assyrian conquest around 727 BCE. The biblical narrative tells us that these tribes were scattered across the lands, their exact whereabouts unknown. Historians and theologians have proposed countless theories about their fate, suggesting they may have migrated to different parts of the world. These theories often intertwine with cultural, historical, and religious contexts of various societies. So, could these tribes have ended up in Africa? Let's explore the parallels. History has a way of repeating itself, or at least rhyming. Let's delve into the historical parallels between the Israelites and African Americans. Both groups share a story of forced displacement, a painful narrative of being uprooted from their homeland and thrust into foreign lands. They also share a history of oppression, enduring harsh conditions and relentless persecution. Yet, in the face of adversity, both exhibited an incredible resilience, preserving their cultures and identities against all odds. This shared history of displacement, oppression, and resilience has sparked speculation about a potential connection. These parallels certainly make the connection plausible. But is there more concrete evidence? Let's turn to the cultural and linguistic threads that connect these histories. We uncover fascinating links when we delve into the world of language. The African American Vernacular English, or AAVE, has been the subject of linguistic theories that suggest potential Semitic influences. This is not to say AAV is a direct derivative of ancient Semitic languages, but rather it may contain echoes, remnants that hint at a historical connection between the African diaspora and the ancient Israelites. Turning to culture, we find traditions among African Americans that bear a striking resemblance to Jewish customs. Practices such as the morning ritual of sitting Shiva, or the use of a ritual bath, known in Hebrew as a mikvah, have counterparts within African American communities. These cultural practices, coupled with linguistic traces, weave a compelling narrative of interconnected histories. Cultural and linguistic similarities do suggest a connection, but what does science say? Science has made it possible to trace our roots through our genes. A fascinating realm of genetic research has opened up, with scientists conducting studies and collecting DNA evidence to uncover the ancestry of African Americans. These studies often look for specific genetic markers, unique snippets of DNA that can reveal clues about our ancestors and their migratory paths. Some findings have indeed indicated a connection between African Americans and ancient Israelites, hinting at a shared lineage that spans centuries. However, this field of research is not without its controversies. The interpretation of genetic data is complex, and it can be influenced by a myriad of factors. Moreover, the science of genetics cannot capture the full richness and diversity of cultural heritage. So while the DNA evidence is compelling, it's important to hear from the communities themselves. The personal is indeed political, and in this case, historical too. Our journey into the past is not just about dates and events, it's about real people with real stories. It's about scholars, historians, and community members who have devoted their lives to uncovering these narratives. It's about religious leaders who help us understand the spiritual connections that span centuries and continents. It's about activists who remind us that history isn't just about the past, it's about understanding the present and shaping the future. We've heard from a diverse group of voices. Each one brings a unique perspective, a different piece of the puzzle. Some share stories passed down through generations, tales of ancestors who were believed to be descendants of the lost tribes of Israel. Others bring scholarly insights, dissecting linguistic patterns and cultural traditions, seeking echoes of ancient Israelite life in African American communities. And then there are those who share their personal journeys of self-discovery, exploring their genetic heritage and finding unexpected connections. These are stories of resilience and identity, of history and heritage. They remind us that the past is not simply something to be studied. It's something to be lived, to be felt, to be understood. These perspectives add a rich layer to our understanding. Let's take a moment to reflect. We've journeyed through history, culture, language, and genetics to explore a potential connection. We've delved into the darkness of the transatlantic slave trade, the mystery surrounding the lost tribes of Israel, the striking parallels in their experiences, and the echoes of a shared heritage in language and traditions. We've also grappled with the science of genetics, sifting through the strands of DNA, seeking clues of ancestral ties. We've heard the voices of our community, their stories, their insights, their personal connections to this compelling narrative. This exploration, though fascinating, isn't simple. It's a complex weave of history, identity, faith, and science. It's a testament to our shared human desire to understand where we come from, to piece together the fragments of our past. It's an invitation to learn, to question, to reflect. This exploration may raise more questions than answers, and that's okay. The journey doesn't end here. delve deeper into the rich tapestry of African American history, Jewish history, and genetic genealogy. Engage in conversations, challenge assumptions, and foster a culture of learning. There's a world of resources waiting to be discovered. Seek out literature, research, and organizations dedicated to unraveling the mysteries of our shared past. Attend events, participate in forums, and share what you learn. Remember, history is not just about the past, it's about understanding our present and shaping our future. This exploration wouldn't have been possible without the contributions of many. At the heart of this endeavor is a team of dedicated individuals, each bringing their unique skills and perspectives to the table. Our researchers tirelessly digging into archives and databases, piecing together this intricate puzzle of history and identity. The historians offering invaluable insights into our shared past and shedding light on the stories that often go untold. Our interviewees, brave individuals who generously shared their personal experiences and reflections, adding depth and authenticity to this exploration. Each one of their stories is a thread in this tapestry of human experience we're weaving together. The editors, the unsung heroes who work behind the scenes, meticulously crafting and refining this narrative. Their skillful hands have shaped this content, ensuring that it is engaging, informative, and respectful. And of course, our contributors, without whom this project would not have been possible. Your support and enthusiasm have fueled this journey, and for that we are immensely grateful. A special recognition goes to the communities who keep these histories alive, passing down stories, traditions, and wisdom through generations. Your resilience and commitment to preserving your heritage is truly inspiring. This journey we embarked upon together, delving into the question of whether the slaves of America could be descendants of the lost tribes of Israel, has been one of discovery, understanding, and connection. It's a testament to the power of curiosity, the importance of history, and the unifying force of shared human experience. We hope that this exploration has sparked your interest, ignited further questions, and fostered a deeper understanding of our shared history. Remember, each question we pose and each answer we find is a stepping stone on the path to understanding our world and our place within it. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Until next time,